Well, it seems kind of unfair to single anybody out for Arsenal because as a unit, I thought they were really good today. But I think Martinelli stood out for me amongst a lot of good performances for Arsenal. Obviously, getting the goal early sets him up for a great game. Always trouble when he was running at Liverpool's defence. And Trent Alexander getting taken off at half time was partly down to Alexander-Arnold himself, but also what Martinelli was doing to him. So yeah, if I was singling anybody out for Arsenal, I would say it was Martinelli. Yes, Saka gets 2 goals. He's on the end of a ball across the box, and then of course the penalty, and everybody's thinking about the penalty miss for England in the shootout. But he's shown that he's over that, and it was a great penalty to beat Alisson. As far as the penalty is concerned, I think it is a penalty. Thiago, no question for me, does catch. I think it was Jesus. He catches in the back of the calf, or just below the calf. So I really don't have any problems with the penalty kick. But for me, Martinelli, man of the match. But he was good amongst a lot of good performances for Arsenal. I think all the questions have been answered. They got a nice, comfortable start with the fixtures. The questions were, how would they do against Spurs? Well, they beat Spurs. They deserve to beat Spurs. And then the next question was, how will they do against Liverpool? Well, they've beaten Liverpool. And at the end of the game, they deserve to beat Liverpool. So they've answered all the questions that anybody has thrown at them, including myself. And so, yeah, absolutely, they have to be title contenders. And right now, they look like the team that's going to push Manchester City. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold came off for a couple of reasons. I would suggest, I hear people pointing the finger at him for the first goal. I'm not so sure. If he goes too tight to Matip, then they'll say he was too tight. And if he doesn't, well, he didn't completely close the gap, but I don't think he can. So I'm not particularly overly concerned that the first goal is actually his fault. The second one, however, I think he's defending when he runs past not only Henderson but Martinelli is absolutely dumbfounding. I can't understand a defender that would do that. There is a hint he may have an injury. Either way, it was probably the right decision. And unfortunately for Liverpool, that second goal was big. You know, for me, between the first goal and the second goal, Liverpool were actually the better side. I don't think you can argue that second half Arsenal were the better side, no question. But between the 2 goals in the first half, I thought Liverpool were the better team. So you know, certainly a game of 2 halves. Second one, no question, Arsenal dominated. And again, Liverpool shown defensively that they really are all over the place. I mean, the penalty kick comes from a lack of composure defensively. Liverpool probably had 3, maybe even 4 opportunities when that ball was bouncing around the box to clear it, and nobody had the composure to get a decent connection on it. It was all panic button. It was all panic stations, every single one of them, and they end up getting the penalty kick. So, yeah, I think going forward, Liverpool will still score goals, but unfortunately, you go away from home and you score 2 and you don't get anything from the game. Again, it's pretty clear where Liverpool's problems are.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.